Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know we are buying stocks and we are adding assets to the portfolio. If you are new here, I am building a 100% dividend only portfolio where my main goal is to create passive income. My first goal was $100 a month in pure passive dividend income. My goal is now moved to $150 a month, and I'm trying to get it done by the end of 2023. So let's jump into it. We have some buying power available. We have some purchases we want to make, and we have some dividends we want to go over. First, let's jump into some of the dividends, and let's take a look at what we have in store. So you can see here, we have a lot of dividends coming in. For the month of October, we have JEPQ at just over $8, JEPB at just over $6, AGNC $5, Maine $2, O $2. NVDY $17, CONY, which if you aren't familiar with these are covered call ETFs, and this is on Coinbase for CONY, $4.84. This one's actually pretty crazy. I'm sure this one's going to drop, but that one's yielding I think it's 73% a year. So I'm sure that one's going to drop. This was the first month it paid out, but we did get a nice dividend. TSLY, which is a covered call on Tesla, $28.61. And as you know it, that dividend is going to be reinvested when it comes in, and it'll buy us more shares. OARK, which is on ARKK, and then AMZY, which is on Amazon, and APLY on Apple. GOOY for $2.34. That's on Google. FBY, which is on Facebook, for $2.70. Stag $1, and PSEC $2.42. The account is down for the day. We're sitting at $11,049. Every single week we continue to add to this, and we get just a little bit more dividends each and every single week. The options are going well. We actually did get assigned tomorrow. Last week we got assigned 2 at the 9, and we were assigned on those, and we are selling covered calls directly at the money so that we can get back into cash. The plan was not to get assigned, but that stock has been absolutely beat up as of late, and so I ended up deciding to just take assignment of it. Mara is currently trading at $7.91. So yeah, we're just going to keep selling calls on this. These are worth $2. So if I was to roll this position, let's just take a look at next week. If I were to sell the 9, yeah, so $14. So I could still make $24 of credit. So for me, this is worth it. I did buy these ones on margin, and I could show you that. I'm not too worried about it because I can outpace by a significant range how much I have to pay in margin. But we can go over this. I know a lot of people have asked about margin and how it's used. And as of right now, my brokerage cash is zero, which means we are into margin. I have $8,300.50 worth of margin I can use. My margin used as of right now is $2,806, primarily because of the two assignments on Mara, which was $1,600. You do get $1,000 of margin for free with Robinhood, so you don't pay any interest on the first $1,000. And so I like to use that if I can, just because it's literally free money. And I know at the end of the day, if I ever had any issues there, I'll just transfer it out of my checking account, whatever amount is needed if I ever needed to get out of margin. So I'm not worried about that. But for me, yeah, I'm using this because I know that I can outpace what I have to pay in interest. I think it's like 7 or 8% a year, and I can usually do, between 2 and 4% a month. So even if I had margin for the entire year, I could usually pay for the entire interest that I would pay for the whole year in 2 months worth of trading. So no big issues there for me, especially at this such a small amount. But I am trying to get back into cash on the assignments. I've been selling cash secured puts, and sometimes you get assigned on them, and so I'm just going to try to will directly out of them at my cost basis. So hopefully we can get a pop there. But so I am $2,800 in margin here. The options collateral is $3,100, which means open options, and my total buying power is the $2,438, and I'm obviously at a very low risk of being margin called, is what they call it. So they give you that buffer range right there. So that's where you see the buying power. I am into margin right now. I know that some people have asked about how margin works, and when you're looking at the buying power right there, the 2438, you do have 2,438, but if you were to actually go sell a put on that, you only get half of it, right? So if I were to go trade options, let's just say sell a put, let's say I wanted to sell this one right here, it's going to tell you right there, $1,219 available. So like I said, it only gives you half of it available. So that is what we're looking at there. And I may continue to use more. It just depends. But for me, I'm not too worried about it. So that's where we're at there. You can see the options so far this week have made us $74. And SOXL had a nice run up. It's trading at the 21. So I'll be able to close this out for $1 tomorrow, or I could just let it expire worthless. Really just depends if I see better opportunities on the table. We do have a Tesla earnings next week, so I may play some TSLL with some margin and just see maybe at like a 0.1 delta, but we'll see. So yeah, as you can see, the options are definitely outpacing whatever little interest I'll have to pay on that. So I'm going to continue to ride that wave, and any cash secure puts you don't pay margin on. That's just part of the collateral used right here, this options collateral, which you can see 15.5 times 2 is the $3,100. That's our dividends for the week. So let's jump into what stocks we're going to buy, why we're going to buy them, and what the account's looking like. So right now, the annual dividend on this account is $1,631, $407 a quarter, $135 a month, or $4.47 a day, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Almost $5 a day we're getting paid on average in dividends. So you can see the Yield Max funds are the highest payers here, of course, because that is their whole job. They are an income ETF, and they want to be able to return that money to you. So that's what we have for that. And then SCHD is one of our biggest holdings on the account. We have 42 shares there, worth about $3,000. And this fund has been struggling a little bit as of late, but so far so good. The dividends are stacking up, and I think it'll be good long term. So let's take a look at what dividends have already passed. We know we have a big week coming in next week with the Yield Max funds. It looks like it's predicting $86 as of right now. So that'll be a nice payday. And then towards the end of the month, we want to see if we can catch some of these other ones. So I think we already missed PSEC. Yeah, that was September 26th. SPHD has the 23rd, so we're going to want to make deposit some money into SPHD. GLAD is October 20th, so we'll make a deposit into there today. And then we'll be purchasing some Devo as well, which is October 27th. And then we'll probably just round it off with some SCHD. So we'll do 4 purchases, 25 a piece is what I'm thinking. And right now it's forecasting $123.44 in dividends. But let's take a look at the spreadsheet and see where we're sitting. These are the dividends in Robinhood that are already showing as of right now. $114.86. That does leave off the table GLAD, Devo, and SPHD, and that is because the ex-dividend dates have not passed yet, so it has not been declared. So we will be able to up our income for this month right off the bat. If we can get to that 123 like it's predicting, that would be awesome. But I'm excited where we're at. I mean, this is now going to be our 3rd month. We've broken $100 a month in dividend income, and we started at zero. I mean, if you're new here, then you don't know, but we started this account in February, and we made literally 81 cents in dividends. January, the account didn't even exist. So we've been building this account each and every single week, slowly, 100 there, 200 there, buying stocks each and every single week, and just like that, we got ourselves a dividend paying portfolio of over $100 a month every single month, and hopefully we can sustain that. So let's buy some stocks, let's add assets to our portfolio, and let's start it off with SCHD, my favorite, my true. This one has been absolutely wrecked as of late. It's down 4.4% in the last month. In the last 3 months, down 4.12%. So let's jump in here and let's buy. Like I said, we're just going to do 25 shares. I wish. We're going to go to dollars. We're going to do $25 of everything today. So 0.35 added to this one. And we just continue to DCA each and every single week. We buy quality assets and we buy dividend paying assets each and every single week. And we just continue to build the portfolio up. So that's where we're sitting. That's SCHD. Now we're going to jump into GLAD. 954 for the week. It's up 3.2%. For the month, it's down 5.26%. We do have $337 of market value in this. It's 2.4% of the portfolio, so this will be a good add to it. And we will be averaging down on it. Looks like we're down 2.53%. So let's get in there and let's buy $25 worth of that as well. One thing I did want to check, though, at the end of this is what our positions in VTI and SCHD are. So There's Glad. Next one we're jumping into is Devo. This one is $623 worth of the account, 4.48%. We're down 2.21%, so this is great. We get average down, and we're going to buy ourselves $25 of this as well. So let's get that purchase in there. And this is how we add assets to the portfolio. Each and every single week, we buy more stocks, and we slowly continue to add to it. Another one here, S&P 500. This is a low volatility dividend ETF. We have 16.43 shares, or 4.58% of the portfolio. We're down 5.61, so this is a great time to average down. And let's see if we can get $25 in there. This buys us 0.64 shares, and it slowly builds the dividend portfolio just a little bit more. That brings us over 17 shares. The dividends will get nicer, a little bit nicer. What did we get last month? Let's double check. Last month we received $2.93. So this month it's possible that we are able to get paid out $3. It's very possible. So let's see what the dividend comes in at. You can see that these dividends have gone up from 248. Let me just grab this and let's just take a look. Yeah, look at this. 80 cents, 101, 123, 232, 248, 293. You can see that each and every single month, this is what the dividend snowball is. It's dripping. We're buying more and more each and every single month, and you can see that the dividends are continuing to stack. So that's SPHD. And then let's take a look at SCHD. 42 shares, just over $3,000, 21% of the portfolio. We are down 2.64%. We were up big on this one, but this one's been absolutely hammered as of late, like we were talking about. And yeah, so that's 21%. And then VTI is sitting at 8%. So between those two, we have almost 30%. You guys know VTI and SCHD are the backbone to this account. I think long-term and to keep stability in the account, I like to have exposure to the top 100 dividend companies, in my opinion. And we can scroll down and look at those, the top 10 holdings. I mean, these are huge household names, and these are the sectors that they're in. So they're very well diversified. And then VTI, as you know, is the entire market. So gives me a nice backbone to the account. Keeps the account really solid, and keeps everything on the up and up, I think, on a long-term vision. So that's what we're doing for the account. We added $100 today. Going to continue to add each and every single week. I will be trading some options on this account tomorrow. I will probably get paid another, I don't know, between $20 and $75 of options, depending on what I end up playing. And I'll just take that money and I'll put it straight into more dividends. So next week we'll jump back in, we'll buy some more stocks together, and we'll continue to raise this. But stoked about getting the third month in a row, getting $100 a month in dividend income. And we are chasing that 150 each and every single month. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow when I show my options plays. Talk to you later. Happy investing.